What's happening, filmmakers? It's George VK. Welcome to Filmmaker Secrets podcast, episode number 42. The meaning of life, right? 42 is a great number. I love it. But what's important is that something that I want to talk about, the perception that we have when we watch a film or a piece of video, any kind of visual content that we perceive as something, right? Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's social commentary, something more political. There's a quote that I wish I could remember who it's by, but it goes something like this. A film is not, wait, let me actually pull it up because I don't want to butcher it too bad. The film is not what exists on screen. The film is what exists in the mind of the viewer as a result of audio visual input. Right? Confusing, but let's break it down. The film is not what exists on screen, which is absurd and it's paradoxical in its nature, right? The film is, that's how we define it. It is a 2D, medium. It's an art form where we're filming something from a camera and goes on a sensor, then it goes into a post-production software or however you decide to actually deliver your project. And then people watch it on a screen. But the film is what exists in the mind of the viewer as a result of audio-visual input. So if we're going to break that down, what this is really saying is that whenever you produce a film project of any kind, right? It could be a narrative, commercial, documentary, music video, a wedding film, an event coverage piece, a recap, a series, web series, mini series, all kinds of whatever kind of film project you're working on. You need to keep in mind that the film is going to be perceived differently depending on the person that is perceiving it. Have you ever had this happen where you go and watch a movie and then you come back and one of your friends says they watched it as well, and you start to talk about it and you realize that you have completely different opinions on what the film was or how good of a film it was, how good of a story it was. You have different opinions on the performances of a particular actor, all those things, right? You start talking through and you understand that you almost watched two different films, right? Because you're trying to explain to your friend that this is a magnificent and beautiful film and it's got this story, but the way that they saw it is completely different. And why is that? Well, it's because of your friend has different experiences. They've had a different life. They have a different family from you. All of those things kind of form our perception of the world and how we see the world. And that's really important to understand, especially when we're, approaching a new project and we try to sort of fit into a particular market or a particular genre of a film. And I see this mistake that filmmakers make so often is they try to serve the market by creating a film that they think is going to be marketable, meaning that they start doing research on what is the most sellable genre, or what kind of film do producers want to see so that they can actually pick it up and raise funds, or what kind of commercials do clients like, what kind of wedding films do newlyweds prefer to see of their wedding day. All of these things, there is some merit to that. And there's obviously a threshold that you can clearly cross, right? The line is very thin. But as soon as you start to try and match your artistic endeavor to what you believe the market is, come back a day later and that market is already shifted, especially with how quickly technology is developing and changing today. That progression is so quick and so fast. There's absolutely no way that you can keep up, that you can predict what the market is going to want, tomorrow, 2 days from now, a week from now, or whenever you actually finish the project. So keeping that in mind is very important. Make the film that you want to see, right? Make the movie that you want to watch. I interviewed Bobby Del Rio a couple of months back on the Filmmaker Secrets podcast, and he spoke of his movie as it's the movie that he wanted to make if he was about to die, right? He wanted to make the film that he would have made when he died. So That notion could sound pretty grim, but it is absolutely true, because why waste your money, your time, your effort, other people's artistic endeavors, other people's time, if it's not going to be something that you actually truly enjoy? If it's not going to be something that you are so absolutely gung-ho adamant about, this is the story that I want to tell. This is something that I truly believe in. This is the message that I want to get across to the world. This is how I want to have a positive impact on the world. This is how I want to create empathy in people. This is how I want to promote kindness and candor and all those good qualities that we as human beings need to constantly be aware of and constantly trying to improve upon. That's what filmmaking is. I always say filmmakers have the power to evoke emotion, inspire thought, and drive universal change in this world, but also drive universal empathy and kindness. There's so much crap in the world today that it's really important for us to hunker down and do our best to promote that kindness and to really understand what people are going through, what people are feeling, and how people are feeling. That that is ultimately the way that we're going to reach the next level as human beings, the next sort of phase of understanding people and truly being congruent with their experience, because we all have different experiences. We've all had different childhoods, different, relationships with people, different ways of dealing with guilt, different ways of dealing with sadness, with sorrow, with happiness, even with, excitement. We're all different. But what remains the same in all of us is that innate nature to drive universal change. And I want you to take full control of that power. So please do your due diligence, do your best to not sway from what it is that you truly believe in. Create the awe, follow your heart. These are all things that I learned from the filmmakers that I interview on the podcast. And I carry that with me throughout, the rest of the days, because I truly believe it to be important. And if you want to make a real impact in your life, in your family's life, if you want to change your life, I implore you, I urge you to take the next step, continue to improve, continue to understand what the importance is of not trying to follow the market, but following your heart. And if you want to level up your filmmaking, then I have some really good news for you. I would love for you to check out this free training that I've been working on for the last couple of months. And it is all about how to write, shoot, and edit a winning film in under 48 hours without having to buy expensive camera gear or hire a large crew. You can do it for very little with a skeleton crew, and you can create something amazing. So if you would like to check it out, if you're interested at all, just go ahead and go to www.filmmakersecrets.com/free. filmmakersecrets.com/FREE. I'll make sure to have the link down in the description of this video. So it doesn't cost you anything, but just a couple of hours of your time. And I truly believe you'll come away with newfound knowledge and new understanding of what it truly takes to create winning stories. So hopefully I'll see you in there. If not, then stick around for the next video. Check out some more of the resources that I have on our channel. Go ahead, hit subscribe, comment with any kind of questions you have. Here's to your next story, filmmakers. I'll see you soon.